Hello and welcome to the latest episode of MEP Engineered Online, where we speak to the top contractors, consultants, suppliers, and stakeholders involved in the MEP and HVAC sectors within the construction industry. I'm Anup Oman, the editor of MEP Middle East, and joining me today is Chris Meir, the Specification Sales Manager at Conex Banninger Middle East. To start off, welcome to the show, Chris.
Thanks, Anup. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today.
How are you doing and how's everything at your end, given how things are going?
Yes, pretty good, considering we're in a difficult, challenging situation at the moment, but can't complain, thank you.
That's great to hear, Chris. We have some tough questions to tackle today, so let's get straight into it. In your opinion, does the HVAC industry face a shortage of skilled, specialized labor? What detrimental effects is this shortage causing, if there is one, and how can this gap be bridged?
Okay, I think there is a shortage of skilled labor, yes, in the region. I guess I should start by saying, I don't mean any disrespect to anybody working in the region at the moment. Just to give you a little bit of background, Anup, I arrived in the region from the UK around 3 years ago. Now, at that time in the UK, we were facing a number of challenges, and one of which was not necessarily the skills gap, but the quality or quantity, I should say, of qualified tradespeople.
Right.
I noticed quite quickly when I arrived here that we're almost facing the opposite situation in a way, because I don't see that there's a real shortage of labour as such. But as I see it, the skills gap is quite concerningly big. And I think that this skills gap is taken into account right the way through the supply chain. And it's almost accepted, which is why I think, as you mentioned, we've actually lagged behind in the region in our adoption of new technologies and new ways of doing things, because the fear is that different types of products or different methods will cause additional problems on site, delays or whatever. So bridging the gap, I think, is, there needs to be some urgency put behind it. Manufacturers, much like ourselves, we haven't stopped innovating. Things are moving on, and that skills gap really is only going to get larger. So it's important that something's done quite quickly, really. I don't have all the answers, obviously, but I think this is quite a broad statement, but, certainly as an industry, we need to invest in training. And I know some of the larger organisations in the region are already doing that. They've already started it with their training academies and things like that, which is great. But, I see that as almost like a longer term solution. It takes time. And, there are some small things that we can be doing today, really, to really upskill today's workforce. Manufacturers, much like ourselves, now offer on-site installation training. And that can take place, before the products are installed or even during the actual installation, so that we can promote things like best practice, and obviously train the installers, for future projects.
Are there more cutting edge, perhaps even slightly better products that the industry needs to welcome in order to lower the margin of human errors?
Yes, I think there are. And I understand the reluctance to welcome these products due to the points I just mentioned, really, about the the skill of the labour, etc. But quite often another problem occurs when you compare the cost of these improved products to that of the more traditional products. So really, a more holistic view needs to be taken. You mentioned human error. What is the margin for human error? And what do the health and safety implications associated with that human error look like? And what's the cost of a failure, for example? And these all need to be taken into account. For example, we manufacture a press-fit metallic pipework system called our B-Press range and B-Maxi Pro range, which eliminates a lot of the margin for human error and also guarantees the integrity of the pipework joints. This range provides huge benefits, but it's often viewed as high in cost because it's compared to other systems that don't have the same intangible benefits. So this is what I mean. This is why it's important to take this holistic view.
Chris, in your opinion, how important is it for all stakeholders, including MEP and HVAC contractors and consultants, to be involved in the early stages of project? How can stakeholder collaboration bring about better, more efficient projects that are delivered on time and within budget, with the truth being told to the client?
Very important, in a nutshell. I mean, I can only speak really through my own role in the supply chain as a manufacturer. But my view is that, it really comes back to this final, finished, uncompromised end result that I mentioned earlier. And I think the collaboration you talk about needs to take place amongst all of the supply chain. You mentioned contractors and consultants, but I think equally everybody in that supply chain needs to be involved. And at the end of the day, if a project can be completed on time, in accordance with spec, and on budget, that's a huge motivator for all of the stakeholders involved. And there's a whole host of other benefits as I see it. There's commercial benefits, there's reputational benefits, there's project efficiency, there's better cost prediction. The advantages are endless, really.
It was great hearing your insights, Chris, and thank you for your optimistic approach to things. I look forward to catching up with you again sometime in the near future.
Thank you, Anu. Good to talk to you.
Good talking to you as well, Chris. For those of you watching, you know the drill. Feel free to share, comment, like, and subscribe for more such videos with experts in the industry. That's all for now, and until next time, goodbye.